Dear esteemed audience, did you know that within our bodies exist senescent cells, or aged cells? They are no longer working effectively. Yet they refuse to disappear. They persistently anchor themselves in tissues, secreting toxic substances that cause inflammation, and subsequently damage the healthy cells around them. Science calls them zombie cells. It sounds like a horror movie. But this is reality. The accumulation of these zombie cells is the very root of aging, leaving you fatigued, easily experiencing aches and pains, diminishing memory, and dragging along a host of chronic diseases. Interestingly, the Japanese, a nation with many centenarians, people living over 100 years old, have known how to control these zombie cells for a very long time. They don't rely on miracle drugs. Nor do they have to train excessively. The secret lies in a simple habit: scientific fasting. The Japanese call it hara hachi biyu, eating until 80% full, and more importantly, they don't eat continuously throughout the day. This very period of fasting accidentally activates a miraculous mechanism in the body called autophagy, self-eating. This is the formula that helps the body clean up waste, destroy zombie cells, and regenerate newer, healthier cells. So what exactly does fasting do for health? How does it help the Japanese maintain such resilience and clear minds, even at age 100? And most importantly, how can you apply this method simply and safely in your daily life? In today's video, we will explore: why are zombie cells dangerous and why do they accumulate with age? How does intermittent fasting help the body clear them out? And the practical secrets of the Japanese for keeping old age not just long, but also healthy and full of energy? Please subscribe to the channel and watch the entire video to grasp this complete secret, and apply it immediately to yourself and your loved ones. Part 1. The danger of zombie cells in the body. Imagine this: when we are young, the body is like a healthy army constantly patrolling, detecting and eliminating those old cells before they can cause harm. Thanks to this, we are fit and rarely fall ill. But as we get older, that army weakens and no longer works efficiently. And so, these old, weak cells, the zombie cells, accumulate more and more in the body. These cells naturally refuse to leave. They anchor themselves in tissues. And the dangerous thing is that they don't just sit still. Instead, they act like toxic factories, constantly secreting inflammatory signals, substances, damaging other healthy cells. This leads to a series of consequences. First, it causes inflammation throughout the body. The inflammation doesn't flare up violently, but rather smolders subtly and chronically. This chronic inflammation is the very root of many common elderly diseases, from cardiovascular issues, diabetes, arthritis, to cancer. Second, it spreads senescence to other cells. Just like a rotten apple can spoil the whole barrel, zombie cells are the same. They cause the surrounding healthy cells to rapidly age along with them. Third, it weakens the immune system. When too many zombies accumulate, the immune system becomes overloaded, unable to ward off bacteria and viruses. Older people get sick more easily, and when they do, their recovery is also slow. Fourth, it promotes disease. Modern research shows that the existence of zombies is directly linked to age-related diseases like heart disease, metabolic disorders, neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even cancer. We are living longer, but that doesn't mean we are living healthier for longer. Many years of old age are spent submerged in illness, pain, and memory loss. Part of the reason is that we unintentionally feed this zombie army by eating continuously, denying the body the time to rest and self-repair. This is the root of aging. If we want to live long and healthy lives, like many in Japan, we need a tool to sweep these zombie cells clean. The answer lies within the body itself and is activated through scientific fasting. Part 2. Intermittent fasting, the mechanism that activates natural cleanup. When we fast, the body switches from energy intake mode to repair and maintenance mode. That's when the magic happens. At that moment, instead of having to digest constantly, the body begins to sweep and eliminate components that are no longer useful. And remarkably, the zombie cells, which are old and inefficient, become the prime targets for destruction. Imagine fasting as a large-scale deep clean for the body. Step 1. Identification. When the energy supply from food is cut off, the body immediately begins an internal inspection everywhere, searching for excess, damaged components, from faulty proteins, broken organelles, to the zombie cells themselves. Step 2. Destruction. These components are neatly packaged into specialized disposal bags, then dissolved in powerful enzymes, turning into safe, tiny fragments. Step 3. Regeneration. Those small fragments, amino acids, fatty acids, are not wasted, they are recycled to build new cells, healthier, younger ones. In other words, fasting is the body's way of self-consuming its old, decayed parts, and then regenerating into a better version. It's like cleaning your house, removing damaged material, and reusing the materials to build things that are sturdier. Numerous studies have confirmed that this is one of the most powerful tools to attack the root of aging. Because when zombies are cleared out, the inflammatory factories disappear, and the subtle inflammation in the body significantly subsides. And when inflammation is controlled, virtually all old age ailments, from heart disease and diabetes to neurodegenerative diseases, are pushed back a step. The most miraculous part is that this mechanism requires no drugs, no surgery. It's inherent in the body, it just awaits us to flip the switch. And that switch is intermittent fasting, a simple habit with the power to slow down the aging clock from within. So, what are the true benefits the body receives after this deep clean via fasting? It doesn't just stop at reducing inflammation. Fasting also helps us re-establish a state of peak health, the foundation for many Japanese people to live long and maintain mental clarity at age 100. Part 3. Long-term benefits, restoring health from the root. Dear audience, clearing out zombie cells is not a short-term fix. This is a profound internal shift. And if you turn intermittent fasting into a living habit, the body will receive benefits more sustainable than medication. First, reduced inflammation. Fights disease. When the inflammatory factories are eliminated, the body's subtle inflammation eases. As a result, the risk of developing common fears in old age, such as heart disease, diabetes, cancer, or arthritis, is significantly reduced. Second, extended healthy lifespan. This is not just about living more years, but living those years with clarity and resilience. Studies show that fasting helps protect telomeres, the cap protecting the chromosomes, which determine cell lifespan. This means instead of extending sick old age, we can extend the years we live happily and healthily. Third, brain protection. Zombie cells don't just exist in the body, they also accumulate in the brain, causing memory loss, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. When the self-cleaning mechanism is activated, the brain is like a freshly wiped slate, helping you stay clearer, improving memory, and reducing the risk of age-related cognitive decline. Fourth, increased immunity. When the zombies disappear, the immune system is no longer overburdened. It is freed up to focus on the real enemies, bacteria and viruses. The result is fewer minor illnesses and quicker recovery when you do get sick. Remember, health is everyone's own responsibility. Understanding that fasting helps the body clear out zombies, rejuvenate cells, and extend lifespan will give you more motivation to persevere. Each time you fast correctly is a chance you give your body to regenerate. Becoming healthier, younger, and freer. Part 4. Practical Guide, Starting the Journey to Eliminate Zombies. Dear audience, intermittent fasting may sound complex, but it is actually very simple and familiar. Let go of the habit of snacking and adopt the habit of eating within a fixed timeframe each day. Because continuous snacking is not natural, our bodies are designed to have times for eating and times for resting and repairing. A common approach is eating 2 main meals within a 6-hour window. Fasting for the remaining 18 hours. This is called the 18/6 method. But you don't need to rush. You can start gently, starting gradually. If you are used to breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a few snacks, try cutting back to 3 meals. Then transition to the 12/12 window, 12 hours of eating. 12 hours of fasting, for example. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Once comfortable, gradually reduce to 14/10, 16/8, and finally to 18/6. This way, the body will adapt smoothly, without shock. Rules to remember. First, choose the right eating window. You can eat from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. or from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Choose the time that is convenient for your personal activities. The most important thing is to maintain consistency. Second, drink enough water. During the fasting period, you can still drink plain water, unsweetened tea, or unsweetened black coffee. This does not break the fast, on the contrary. It helps the body stay alert and less hungry. Note on electrolytes. When fasting for an extended period, such as 18/6, if you feel fatigued or experience muscle cramps, you can supplement with a little mineral salt, or electrolytes, in your drinking water for balance. Third, eat nutrient-dense foods during the window, when it's time to eat. Choose simple but nutritious foods: fish, tofu, green vegetables, whole grains, lean meat. Absolutely do not treat the eating time as a license to binge on sweets, pastries, or fried foods. Fasting is to make the body healthier, not to add burdens. Fourth, listen to your body and consult an expert. Intermittent fasting is safe for most people, but not everyone should adopt it. If you have serious medical conditions, diabetes, are pregnant, or breastfeeding, consult a doctor before starting. Most importantly, you don't have to be perfect from the start. Just take one small step, maybe push back breakfast a little today, or slightly shorten the eating window tomorrow. These small steps will gradually turn into good habits, helping you feel clearly lighter, with a clearer mind, and greater endurance in your health. Conclusion. Dear audience, today's world is flooded with more food than ever before. But the very habit of continuous eating unintentionally opens the door for zombie cells to proliferate, causing the body to weaken faster. The good news is that we are not helpless. The body already possesses a miraculous mechanism for self-cleaning and regeneration. Intermittent fasting simply gives the body the time and opportunity to do that job. This is not a fleeting trend, but a survival secret that has been scientifically proven and practiced by many to maintain youthfulness, clarity, and long-lasting health. When we know how to give the body rest, how to flip the self-repair switch, we are directly attacking the root of aging, clearing out damaged cells, reducing inflammation, and nurturing a new generation of healthier cells. You don't need to change everything at once. Start with something small, maybe pushing breakfast back a little later, or cutting out some snacks during the day. Just one small, repeated change, and your body will show you a clear difference: a lighter spirit, more flexible muscles, a sharper mind. This is the message. Youth is not entirely lost with time, it can be revived from within. Everyone has the right to be proactive about their health, and every proper fast, every timely break, is a step closer to a healthy, free, and energetic old age. It's time to say goodbye to senescent cells and welcome a new life journey. where you not only live long, but also live happily, healthily, and with clarity until the very end of your life. Should you exercise while fasting? This is a question that many people wonder about. Some argue that it's dangerous, leading to exhaustion and muscle loss. Others affirm it's the golden secret for fat burning, body rejuvenation, and even lifespan extension. So where does the truth lie? Next, we will clarify this issue and discover the secret to turning exercising while hungry into a smart health strategy. How does the body react when exercising while fasting? When we fast, the body depletes its sugar reserves and is forced to switch to burning fat for energy. If you exercise in this state, the fat burning process becomes even stronger. But the benefits don't stop at weight loss. The key is choosing the right type of exercise. We need to clearly distinguish between two groups: prolonged endurance training like marathon running and high-intensity interval training. With long-distance running or continuous training for hours, the body produces a lot of free radicals and lactic acid. If exceeded beyond the body's capacity to clear them, these substances cause inflammation, harm joints, and damage the heart. It's not uncommon for marathon runners, though lean in physique, to have high inflammation markers and arterial calcification, warning signs of heart disease. Conversely, high-intensity interval training and resistance training operate on a different mechanism. These are short, intense bursts of activity, only about a minute, followed by a complete rest. This method is exactly like our ancestors' pattern of sprinting when in danger and then stopping to rest. Thanks to those intervals of rest, the body has time to self-regulate, clear out free radicals, and produce antioxidants. The result is short but effective training that does not cause chronic inflammation. 3 major benefits of combining fasting and exercise. Benefit 1. Maintaining strong muscles and healthy joints and bones. Intermittent fasting helps the body mobilize fat for energy, instead of destroying muscle. And if you incorporate light resistance exercises during the fasting period, such as squats, wall push-ups, planks, leg raises, the body is further stimulated to retain, and even build, muscle. This not only makes your figure leaner but also has vital significance. It helps you stand up and sit down easily without assistance. It helps you walk steadily, avoiding falls. It strengthens bones as muscles pull and stimulate bone growth. Benefit 2. Reducing body inflammation, protecting the heart. There is a silent enemy we rarely pay attention to: chronic inflammation. Inflammation is like a small fire smoldering subtly in the body, lasting for years. That fire is the foundation of dangerous diseases like heart disease, diabetes, joint degeneration, and even cancer. Prolonged endurance training for hours can make that fire flare up stronger because it generates more free radicals. But when you combine fasting with high-intensity interval or resistance training, the body is not overwhelmed by inflammation. On the contrary, it boosts its antioxidation mechanisms to put out that fire. The results are clear. Inflammation markers in the blood decrease. Blood vessel walls are less damaged. Blood flow is better. The heart works easier. Heart rate is more stable. In other words, this combination is like giving your cardiovascular system a protective shield. And what's valuable is that it requires no drugs, no complex procedures, just a change in eating and exercising habits. Benefit 3. Activating self-repair, rejuvenation from within. A benefit few realize, but one of the secrets to the longevity of many Japanese people is the body's ability to self-repair. When you fast and engage in interval training, the body experiences small but controlled shocks. That very shock forces the body to activate a series of powerful defense mechanisms, such as increased production of antioxidants, increased capacity to clear out old, damaged cells, activation of genes related to longevity. The body is like a machine. If it runs constantly, it will eventually break down. But when it gets timely breaks, the machine is maintained and cleaned, extending its lifespan. Combining fasting and exercise is the way to give the body precious rest, allowing it to self-repair and rejuvenate from the root. Dear audience, fasting and exercise might sound harsh, but when understood and done correctly, they are not acts of self-deprivation, but a return to the natural biological rhythm of humans. Our ancestors didn't snack all day, they didn't run for hours. They ate seasonally, ate when food was available, moved briefly but intensely, and then rested. This lifestyle is deeply ingrained in our genes. Today, by knowing how to reapply it, you are giving your body the chance to live as it was designed to. And the result is strong muscles, a healthy heart, a clear mind, and peaceful old age.